Hey travelers, welcome back to Canadian Star Wars Outpost. I'm Greg, and today we'll be reviewing the Rubies Supreme Edition Darth Vader costume. So let's check it out. All right, everyone, here it is. So this is what the box looks like when you first pick this guy up. Now, normally the mask is sticking out of the right side there, but I have already taken it out and set it up on a display piece. So we'll just go over the box and what this includes. So the main parts, as you can see, are the mask with the sound module, the jumpsuit, the hood, the rope, cape, injected molded armor. This also includes the shin guards, the light up chest piece, the light up belt, the cod piece, and shin guards, gloves, and the gauntlets. This is what this comes with. So we'll just keep. And then on the side here, as you can see, it actually gives you wash instructions and how to take care of the costume, which is also pretty neat. So let's go ahead and take a look at the costume on the mannequin. All right, everyone, Vader, here it is, Vader in the flesh. So we'll just quickly go do an overview look. So this is what the costume looks like on a mannequin. So as you can see, he is not wearing his gloves. This mannequin's hands need to be reshaped. So basically I have to cut them off and buy mannequin hands so I can actually shape the hands. On top of that, I am working on cutting one of the arms and shaping it so he does more of a actual Vader stance than just with his arms down. But let's just go over everything quickly. So this is the helmet. Doesn't look bad from afar, but honestly, this helmet is super cheap. As you can see right now, he looks like he's tilting his head to the right. That is actually the mold of the neck piece on the helmet is bent. And on top of that, this is just held together by Velcro. So there's just a piece of Velcro here that keeps the helmet on. It doesn't sit firm and flush. It's very loose, as you can see. It's a very cheap helmet. Moving down, we have the armor. This armor is actually not too bad. I don't mind it. It does need some modifications, so I'm going to have to repaint this and this to more of a gloss finish, and I'm pretty sure looking at the armor online and 501st approved, this needs to be a bit darker. The cape is actually very nice. It's nice and light. It is a heavy cape, but it is nice and light material. I have no problem with that. Same with the inner robe. It's the same material. It's nice and comfortable. I actually ended up moving the box, so you can see these straps here. Normally they're attached to the inside of the leather, but you cannot really move the armor to where you need it when you wear it. So I did move it to the outside. One of the big changes you are going to need if you buy this costume is the leather. So this is more of a pleather. It's very cheap material, and on the inside of it actually is cotton. So between you and the leather, there's this big piece of cotton and is very uncomfortable and gets very hot. So I would recommend, if you want to be 501st approved too, it needs to be real leather. It is also a one-piece jumpsuit. You can get two pieces, which would be much more comfortable. Moving on to the armor box, I actually don't mind the box modulator in the middle. The only thing that really needs to be changed on this, depending on what Vader you're going for too, I need to flip the light, so the green one needs to be on top, and I'm probably aiming to do more of a Rogue One, Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of finish, so I'm gonna have to paint this guy white. Moving on to the belt boxes, I think these are fine personally. I have no problem with the belt boxes. They are plastic, but I mean, if you're just wearing it for a costume outside or going to Comic-Con, they're perfectly fine. The only thing I would recommend changing out of this is this belt. It is a cheap kind of foam belt here with a cover. I would definitely recommend switching that to a real leather belt. Moving on to the cod piece. Again, I have a lot of people have hate on this cod piece because, as you can see right here, there is a bit of a cutout for the belt to sit on, and people don't like that the belt and the cod piece sit together, but I actually have no problem with it. I feel like it holds the cod piece up when wearing it. Especially when you have, so I have the Disney's Legacy lightsaber hanging off. This thing weighs about 3 to 4 pounds, and as you can see, is pulling down on the belt. So it does, I think when you're wearing it, kind of keep it together a little bit better. Moving on to just the shin pads now, which is the last piece. I think these actually have a much nicer gloss finish. As you can see, it's a little bit shiny. I wish they kind of did that with the shoulder armor. So I don't think that really needs any change. They look fine to me. And obviously I need to pick up some boots because right now Vader is running barefoot. But again, this helmet I have switched out already. So this is the Rubies helmet. It is super cheap, but as you can see to my right here, I do have the Black Series helmet on display. This is something I would wear when wearing this costume, although this one can be super uncomfortable too, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments for my voice changer because it is really tight in there, but this helmet has much more detail and is put together by magnets, so I would recommend, even if you're just using a costume, even to go to Comic-Con, I would probably recommend switching out the helmets. All right, let's go over the pricing now, guys. So before we go over pricing, I forgot to show you guys the gloves. These are the gloves that come with the costume. They are super cheap. I would recommend upgrading these as well. They're the fake kind of pleather. And if you look, not that you can't really see much, but there's nothing inside of them. They're pretty hollow. And if I put this guy on, this is uncomfortable. This is just not a good Vader glove. It already feels like at some of the seams that they're falling apart. So definitely upgrade the gloves. You can get real leather gloves online for about $70. All right, everyone. So let's just go over the cost of this costume. So I'm looking on eBay right now. This is looking a brand new Rubies costume. They're asking $1,783. This costume is not worth that amount of money. I really recommend that you just hold out and kind of wait for a sale, or B, check your Facebook Marketplace or eBay. I ended up checking Facebook Marketplace for over a month, and one ended up popping up. A gentleman selling it for $700, which is what I ended up paying for it. And $700 is much more reasonable, in my opinion, for all the upgrades you need to do on this costume. And the nice thing about it is when I did meet up with this gentleman, he actually never opened it. So I actually got this costume brand new for $700. And as you can see on the upper left there, they do have the old Black Series helmet, not the new Obi-Wan Kenobi one, but still, even just switching that helmet up is $184. Or I'm looking to pick up an EFX helmet, which will run about $300 American, which is a much better helmet. On top of that, here's the new bodysuit, or a better bodysuit to pick up. This is from whitesheepleather.com. It's $309 American, and they will completely shape this to your body. So you send in all the measurements you need. Actually, you can also add on gloves if you need to for an extra $50. If you do not want gloves from there and you're just looking for gloves and not looking to switch out the leather, Endor Finders is a really good place for gloves. They're $95 American, and this is real leather, much better than the gloves that come with the Ruby suit. And boots, you can get boots that are in a lot of places. You can pretty much get boots from a lot of cheap vendors. These are Vader boots from Crow's Props, but actually have a 5-inch lift in them to make you much taller. But these guys run $300 as well. So obviously, as you can see, there are a lot of upgrades you need to make to the suit if you want it to be 501st approved, or just even generally look much better. You're going to end up spending easily an extra $500 to $600 just to make the costume look much better. So as I said, guys, make sure you take the time to, do your research, find a cheaper costume on Marketplace, because what the prices they're asking for on Amazon is completely ridiculous, and this suit is not worth $1,700. Once again, thanks for stopping by my channel, guys. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe what you have here, and I will see you guys next time.